Hello and welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is going to be a Northgard video on clans. We're going to kind of go through probably all the clans if possible. I don't want this video to be super long. But let's start with the basics first. So every time you guys click on a clan when you go to play, it'll pop up their animals, essentially, that they're associated with, and it gives you kind of an overview of what they're good at, how difficult they are to learn, how good their economy is, how good their military is, how good their support is. You'll also get like their starting bonuses over here on the right, where it tells you like this is what they kind of get to start off with. It gets an extra sheep, you get production, and then you have fame bonuses in this game that you reach at certain pinnacles. I'm going to assume most people know what the fame bonuses are, but when you reach the fame bonus, these are the bonuses you receive from whatever clan that you're looking at. This is their special relic and what it does. This is their tech tree. And these are their clan features, which is essentially their Viking warlord and their special buildings or special features. So we're going to start right at the top. We're going to do Clan of the Stag, which I'm not going to pronounce these Norse names, but if you have played Valheim, you have actually seen this as a boss. Spoiler alert. So there's some cross-reference for you, because that's a Viking game as well, and a Norse game as well. So kind of what the Clan of the Stag is good at is they're good at economy, and they're decent at war. They really don't excel anywhere, like, as being one of the best clans, but they're an overall decent clan and a very good starting clan. They start with bonus resources, which essentially gives you a good start compared to the other clans. Like, you kind of have an advantage at the start, which is also, as I said, good for new players, because, you know, that gives you an advantage against the computer, which is always a positive. Their brewery is replaced by the Hall of the Skalds, which pretty much what that means is that you have a good chance at achieving a fame victory. It's one of the, I want to say there's 5 victory types. General victory types, I should say. You gain 50% more fame and happiness from your territories. That's a pretty solid bonus. So again, chasing the fame victory. At 200 fame, you'll get additional supplies. That brings 50 more food, 50 more wood, and 50 more crowns, 25 lore, and the 5 stone, which stone's always useful. They have inspirational tales that for every 200 fame, unit production is increased by 3%. That can stack up to, I think it's 1,000, right? 1,000 fame's the max, I believe. So it'll give you a 15% bonus, which is really strong at maximum. And even, you know, 6%, 9% bonus in production in all your zones is strong in this game. I will probably do a playthrough, like a basic understanding of how the game starts in the next video, so you guys can look at that to kind of piece these things together if you're brand new. Valorous Leader, it turns your war chief into a, like, essentially stronger version of himself, and it gives him a special ability. So it just makes your war, you know, your war chief stronger, essentially. They're also, I think, the only clan that gets a 1,000 fame bonus, because they are the fame clan. Their relic is essentially you get a stronger warrior, and it consumes more food, but it's just essentially a better fighter for you than most clans are going to have. You turn one of your warriors into a special warrior that takes more food, but the stronger your fame is, the stronger the warrior is. And again, this is the fame clan, so you're probably going to be going for fame victories most of the time. Alright, so we're going to take a quick look at the tech tree here. We'll look at all the special things that they have, because looking at anything that's not in particularly special is kind of a waste of time. You guys can always look over all the normal stuff. They have food silos, gain extra 3 food, and they have a +5 if they're upgraded, which means if you upgrade your food silo, it provides 2 additional food per zone that you have food silos in. This is very strong, especially with eradication here, because it pretty much increases the production of food, and then you just have more food and dish just being added. Stone cost to build the Altar of the Kings is reduced, and it gives 3 happiness, and it produces fame, which is 100% very, very good. You need to have an Altar of Kings for a fame victory for anyone new to the game. So this is very strong for them as well, because it just increases your fame bonuses, and it increases your ability to get victory anyways, because you're going to need an Altar of the Kings. They also have Skalds will produce crowns, and that pretty much if you upgrade your Skalds, it's free. This is really strong too, because this just gives you, essentially your happiness building becomes, it pays for itself. Like your Skalds are going to essentially pay for, I would say this bonus is about, I think every building costs about 0.3 if they're unupgraded. So you're looking at one Skald essentially pays for 5 buildings to be in use. So your happiness build, your happiness is now reducing the cost of building upkeep essentially. And then you have the Glory of the Clans. Increases your current fame and all future gains by 30%. Super strong. Gains from trade routes and great trade routes are increased by 10% for every 200 fame gained, which is also strong. But again, unless you don't have access to a fame victory, you're probably not going to need the bottom portion of this, because you're not going to be going for a trade victory. And these are their special abilities. They have Brand as their War Chief. They have the Hall of the Skalds, which increases fame and happiness for your Skalds there, which you normally won't have Skalds. You'll just have people providing happiness, so getting a fame bonus is just solid. And then you have the Special Warrior we talked about earlier that gets stronger with fame. And then the War Chief actually increases damage for 2 seconds for military units, which is pretty good if you know how to go into territory attack and then kind of bail out. You can really make use of this this buff. Alright, we're going to go on to the Clan of the Goat. They are about support, and they're about economy. They're really not a military clan. This is a good clan that if you are playing co-op with a buddy and your buddy wants to play support, this is a solid clan for that, or yourself. This is also a solid clan if you're trying to learn the game and maybe you want to do a custom game where you're going to play, we'll say you play Stag that we just went over. You can give yourself a computer maybe on even easy, that's just a sheep clan, and then maybe face another computer, and they'll pretty much make your learning process a lot easier, because they will support you the whole time. They'll give you feasts, that's what they're all about, and they'll help you out. So it's a good clan for if you're learning to use as a computer ally, just to give yourself an additional edge so you can kind of play around a little bit better. That's what I used them for when I first started playing. Anyways, they start with 1 sheep, and they can build sheepfolds. They also gain 20% more production through feasts. And when they gain their fame bonus, they get 2 sheep, and they can have an additional sheepfold, and their food production is increased by 10%. So essentially, you get extra food production through this clan. Teamwork. You gain 1 free feast per year, and your units will regenerate health during feasts. Again, very good support clan. Their relic is a increase in production through feasts and a reduction in cost to feast overall. Again, support clan. This is their tech tree. Their tools will no longer require iron, which means they just require gold, which makes them very strong at upgrading. This is really strong too. This essentially reduces the cost of upgrading a territory, which is going to reduce it to generally 50 gold instead of 100 gold. And you have the ability to potentially get more sheep when you're using sheepfolds with 2 sheep. Essentially, they'll have a baby, which is very strong. Sheep are very good. You should have a sheep in each zone when you're playing. If you have, 5 zones and you have 5 sheep, realistically, you should try to put a sheep in each zone, unless you're playing this clan, which you might try to get them to make more sheep so you can actually fill all your zones. You can assign 1 more sheep to your sheepfolds, just adds more food. You have wool trade. Sheep and sheepfolds earn crowns. Sheep can be sacrificed for crowns. That's pretty solid. Again, this is something that gives you gold production, and that's not a gold building. Food trade. Trading food increases your trade routes, crowns, income by 50%, and by 70% on zones with natural food sources. Trade routes with the giants earn you 50% more relationship. So that's just a nice little bonus for trading. Again, these guys don't have I wouldn't consider these guys to have a clear victory path. They're not the best at fighting, and they are just really good at support. So I don't have much advice on using them as a main faction. I do really enjoy playing the sheep, although again they're more focused on economy, and I enjoy my base building and expanding territories and stuff. Anyways, that's the sheep, and this is what the sheepfold does. It allows you to put sheep in there that produces food. The consumption effect of enclosed sheep is active all year long. So essentially you save wood all year long with sheepfolds. Clan of the Wolf. And we're probably going to do Clan of the Wolf. We'll probably do like 3 or 4 per video because I did a little extra explanation here. I'll probably do Clan of the Wolf to finish this off, and then we'll call it there, and I'll do probably the Raven, the Bear, and the Boar next time. These are all the original clans. But let's continue with the Wolf clan, or the Fenrir clan, which is the son of Loki, for those that don't know the lore. Let's learn something new. I don't think they're that difficult to learn. They're very military based, so you're generally going to be focusing on your military with them. Killing animals provides food, so any random territories that produce animals, sometimes it's better to leave a wolf den up with them so you can farm meat out of it than to take the territory unless you need it for some odd reason. Your military units consume 30% less food and provide happiness. That's always solid because now you don't have to worry as much about having a brewery at peak efficiency because you can use military units to kind of supplement that. If you have no military units, the first recruitment is free. So essentially when you go to you make a warrior, make a axe thrower, or make a shield bearer. If you do not have one, it's free. Their special ability is Dominion. At 200 fame, your war chief gains the ability to colonize a zone, which is really good. Like it essentially gives you a free zone. The only thing I will say is it's better later in the game when zones start to become very expensive to colonize, and not as good early game. And then he gains Assault, which your military units gain a 50% attack bonus when fighting outside your territory, so when you're attacking others. And his Dominion gets a reduced cooldown by 50%, which means you can use it more and take more territory. Their special relic allows you to summon 3 white wolves, which are, I believe they're slightly stronger, if I remember, than the normal wolves. And they cost food to summon, which they don't tell you here. And let's look at their knowledge. A lot of that is based on combat here. So you have reduces military units food consumption by 75%. Very strong. You're going to probably have a lot of military units running around. Spoils of war. You gain crowns for each enemy unit killed. Eradicating a faction, neutral, or clans earns military experience. Military experience is how you get special upgrades. And there's 3 different tech trees for it, so that's really cool. When you decolonize a zone, your units there gain their health back. So this is good for attacking and plundering, which is a great name for this ability because that's essentially what you're doing. And then Invader increases your military power against towers by 75% and makes decolonization faster. Again, you're here to assault and attack the enemy and to take their territories away from them. Improved trade routes give you more income if you have Egil, and if Egil has died at least once, it reduces his cost and no iron to recruit him again. So that's pretty solid, and you can trade with people at war, which is okay. Really the big thing here is it reduces the cost of Egil if he dies, or your war chief I should say, so he's easier to bring back. You have your war chief, and you have wolves. So they say they're difficult to learn, but there's really not a lot to this clan. So, pretty solid clan if you're attacking. They're pretty much all about putting pressure on the enemy, or on your enemies I should say, and then taking their territories, and then possibly colonizing territories not using food, but to use your war chief's ability. So that's the clan of the stag, the clan of the sheep, or the goat, sorry, I always call them sheep because that's their animal, but they're the clan of the goat, and the clan of the wolf, which are all very interesting and unique play styles. You have the fame play style from the stag, you have the support style from the goat, and you have the offensive, I'm attacking style from the wolf. So anyways, we're going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to probably do the raven, the bear, and the boar next time. Maybe we'll try to do 3 per video, and then we'll probably jump into the DLC clans, as some of them are very cool and unique, as these were kind of the basic ideas when the game first came out. The other clans from DLC expand and kind of go a little bit further. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and appreciated the video. I always enjoy seeing comments below, so tell me what you guys think of each of these clans. You know, tell me if you like the wolf, tell me if you like the goat, tell me if you like the stag. You know, if you don't, tell me why you don't, and tell me why you do. Alright, this has been Mystic Games. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you guys later.